Hello, in front of me I have Motorola Edge 60 Pro and the CMF by Nothing Phone 2 Pro. And in this video we're gonna perform a benchmark test on both of these devices. Alright, so for the benchmark test we're gonna be using the Geekbench 6 app and also the 3D Mark. So let's begin with the Geekbench 6. In here we're gonna perform the CPU and the GPU benchmark. Okay, so now on the screen we can see the information about our device, such as model, operating system, the CPU, and the clusters, also the cores and the gigahertz of on the processor. Okay, so now simply let's run the CPU benchmark. Okay. It's gonna take a while, so we need to be patient. So I'll see you when we will have our results. Alright, so now as you can see the CPU benchmark is finished and we have our results. So on the Motorola we have the single core score on the level of 1400 without 3 points, and the multi-core score is 4245. Now when we look on the Nothing Phone, the single core score is on the level of 1017 and the multi-core score is almost 3000. So that's how it looks like. So we have the Motorola is on the winning position when it comes to that CPU benchmark. Now we can scroll down into the bottom. We have in here the system information. You can read everything for yourself. Below we also have the CPU information. Below also the memory size. So on the Motorola, as you can see, we have more 11.2 gigabytes in comparison to the 7.24 on the Nothing. Below again we have the single core performance, but now we have two other things. We have the integer score and the floating point score. On the Motorola the integer score is on the level, as you can see, 1500, and the floating point is 1219. On the Nothing the integer score is on the level of almost 1100, and the floating point score is 912. Now again I'm gonna scroll down all of those information so you can read it for yourself. I'm gonna do it pretty slowly so you will be able to read everything for yourself. And now we have the multi-core performance. On the Motorola the integer score is almost 4300, floating point score is on the 4200. So we can see that when it comes to the CPU benchmark, the Motorola is still on the winning position on all of the in all positions. Now the integer score on the CMF by Nothing Phone is almost 3000, and the floating point score is 3142. Okay, so now again I'm gonna scroll down so you can read everything for yourself. Okay, so that's how it looks like when it comes to the CPU benchmark. Now let's run the GPU benchmark. Okay, and again let's run the benchmark. Okay, again it's gonna take a little bit, so I'll see you once it's finished. Okay, and now we are after the GPU benchmark. Now it's finished, as you can see, and in here we have a big difference. On the Motorola the GPU OpenCL score is almost 10,000. To be exact, it's 9205, and on the Nothing Phone it's barely 2500. So we have almost 7,000 points in the difference. So yeah, the Motorola is definitely on the winning position right in here. Again, below we have the system information of both the devices. Below again the CPU information, the same things that were on the CPU. Benchmark, the memory size, but now we have the OpenCL. We can see the differences. We have the maximum frequency on the Motorola, it's 1400 megahertz. On the Nothing, it's 1047. The compute units on the Motorola is 6 in comparison to 2 on the Nothing, and device memory 11.1 and 7.21. And below we have this OpenCL performance and the values of other things such as face detection, horizon detection, edge detection, and others. You can read them now on the screen. Okay, so that's how it looks on the Geekbench. Also, we're gonna perform a bit benchmark test also using the 3D Mark. It's also some kind of the GPU. It's gonna show us the temperature and the FPS. So let's run it first on the Motorola. Let's run the test. I'm gonna place a phone like that. Okay, and now we need to wait until it's finished. It's gonna take around 1 minute, and also I'll see you once it's done. On the screen now you can see the FPS, the frames, and the time. Alright, now the test is finished on our Motorola. Now, below we have the performance monitoring. So, battery is from 82% to 82%. The temperature is from the level of 32 degrees to 33. And the frame rate, as you can see, the lowest value was 47 FPS and the maximum was 87. You can also change in here the battery and frame rate, temperature and frame rate, or the custom chart. You can see the chart right in here. And so that's the temperature and the frame rate chart. This is how this looks like. And also you can change it below. Now let's do the same thing on the Nothing. So again, I'm gonna run the test and let's see what the results will be. Okay, but we need to wait a little bit until it loads. Okay, as you can see in the beginning, now we have the lower value of the FPS. We barely have 15 of them. Okay, now 23. Okay, it's gonna take 1 minute, this video and this test, so I'm gonna wait until it's finished and I'll see you once it's finished. Okay, we are off the test. The overall score is on the level of 3150. The average frame rate FPS is 18 FPS, so it's not a good value when we compare it to the Motorola. And I just remember the maximum FPS right in there was 87 and the minimum value was 47, so the average frame rate on the Nothing is like twice times less than on the Motorola. And now below performance monitoring, the battery 32% to 32. The temperature is also a little bit less than on the Motorola, because on the Motorola it was 32 to 33, so 1 degree less. And the frame rate is 11 FPS to 23, so in here also we have a big difference when it comes to the frame rate. Okay, that's all in this video. Thank you all for watching. If you found this video helpful, please leave a like, comment and subscribe.